Hi guys, welcome to Science Chomp. Today we're going to be looking at SI prefixes. Now I've got them all here, but based on your syllabus you may not need absolutely all of them, so make sure you check your textbooks to see which ones you want. But anyway, let's just get into it. So SI prefixes, these are used to express like really awkward numbers. Like for example, you wouldn't want to write a number like that, so instead we use the prefix tera, for example, a terabyte. Okay, similar for giga, mega, etc. So let's just quickly run through some of these. So you've got the biggest at the top and the smallest all the way down, like I sort of ran out of space. So we start off with tera, and that's 12 zeros on the end of that 1. Okay, so we can write this also like 1 times 10 to the power of 12, meaning you got 12 zeros. Below that you got giga, and this one's got 9 zeros. Now that means that this is 1,000 times smaller than that. So you got, for example, 1,000 gigabytes in a terabyte. Okay. Similarly, 1,000 megabytes in a gigabyte. You got 3 less zeros, and think 1 with 3 zeros is 1,000, isn't it? So there we are. So let's just quickly run through these. So tera, giga, mega. Kilo is 1,000. So if you've got a kilogram, it's 1,000 grams. It's 1 times 10 to the power of 3. Remember that power of 3 means you got 3 zeros on the end. Then we've got hecto, 100, 1 times 10 to the power of 2. Deca, which is DA, which is the multiplier of 10, or 1 times 10 to the power of 1. And then we've got all of these which are smaller than 1. So we've got deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, and femto. What's interesting here is, for example, let's look at centi. It's 0.01, and it's 1 times 10 to the power of minus 2. But that means you got now 2 decimal places. 1, 2. It's not 2 zeros and then a 1. It's a 1 0 and a 1. Basically, it's these refer to decimal places in that case, okay? Above that, it's not decimal places. Above here, you're talking about how many zeros, okay? So that's something that you just have to be a little bit careful of. Also, another thing, in an exam, you can write down this Greek letter as mu, but if you're typing it out, you can use the letter U instead, okay? And of course, as you can see right down here, we've got pico with 12 decimal places and 15 decimal places. So in the case of femto, you got 14 zeros and then a 1 on the end. That's why it's 10 to the minus 15 decimal places. Okay, let's just put some of these into practice. Let's get rid of this, and let's put these in terms of their SI prefixes. So here you've got 1,000 grams, and this is the same as, I'm going to use a different color, this is the same as 1 kg. Now why do we write K? Because kilo means 1,000, okay? It should actually be a small k. I always make this mistake, but since it's not used anywhere else, lots of people put a capital K. It should be a small k. Okay, so the next one, we've got 3 decimal places. The one with 3 decimal places is milli. Here we are, milli, 3 decimal places. So this one happens to be 3 millimeters. Again, the next one is also 3 decimal places, but this one, instead of being 0.001 or 0.051, it's 51 millimeters. The next one is 6 decimal places. Let's look at our chart. 6 decimal places is micro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we don't have 1 microgram. We've got 36 micrograms. Like that. The next one, we've got to count the number of effectively what they would be as zeros. I know that one's not a 0, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's a million, isn't it? It's like 1.5 million. So which one would be million? That would be mega. So it's a bit like that one. But we would write 1.5 capital M small s megaseconds. Okay? And then the other one, the last one, is 0.04. That's 2 decimal places. That's like a centi, 2 decimal places right here. So this one is the same as 4 centimeters, like that. Nice and easy. Let's do these ones. Now we've got the prefixes here, and we've got to get them out of the prefix, okay? So the first one is 220 micrograms. Now micro has got 6 decimal places, as you can see down here, 6 decimal places. But we don't have 1 microgram, we've got 220 of them. So I'm going to first of all write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what 1 microgram would look like. We don't have 1, we actually have 220. So you've got to change those ones to 220, like that. I always find it a little bit easier to do it like that. And of course grams. So what we have done is we've gotten rid of that micro sign and written it as a full number. You see, this is why we have these, because we don't have to write all this out. 800 milliseconds. So milli has 3 decimal places. So you need 0 point and then 800. You've got 3 decimal places here, seconds. The next one, kilo, the multiplication factor is 1,000. So 400 times 1,000 is going to be 400,000 grams, like this. 2 centimeters, it's a little bit like this, isn't it? You would have 2 decimal places, so it's 0.02 meters, like that. 12 centimeters, same kind of thing, 2 decimal places, 0.12 meters, and 58 picograms. So let's look that one up. Picograms is that one. So you've got 11 zeros and then your figure on the end. Basically, the whole thing is 12 decimal places. So what we're going to want to have is like this. Let's just write it all out. So you're going to have all of that, and then the last 2 digits, you're going to have 58. Okay? So we want 123, 0.123, 456, 789. So we've got all of that. Then we want one of those, and then a 58. Let's just check to make sure we've got the right amount of decimal places. We should have 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, and then we want to put meters on the end because all we've got rid of is the pico. There we are. If you followed, that's great. Rewind it if you haven't done. It just takes a little bit of practice. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.